How you going? My name's Kenny. This is a raw material factory farm I've made. This is sort of for the newbies that are still playing. Like, I've only been playing for a few months now, and I've had a few random people come to my solar system and just ask me what to do and how to play and stuff like that. So there's obviously still beginners as well. So this is a little tutorial run through of a quick way to farm materials and stuff like that. So this is a base I've made. I've made it at a portal so you could actually come and visit, and I'll leave the address after I've done all this. But we'll come into my factory. So what I've done is I've set up some refiners here. I've got 8 altogether. Now these 4 here, these are for making crystals of certain elements. So this one here is for making carbon crystal, and I'll just stick that in there and I'll show you what to do. So we'll grab our one little carbon crystal and we'll break that down into condensed carbon, and then we'll break down our condensed carbon. We only want 100. So we only want 100 carbon, and that'll give us 100 carbon and 100 condensed carbon once we're finished. Now you will need a refiner with at least 2 slots to do this, but it won't take long as you unlock that science guy to start unlocking blueprints. And then as you can see, I've turned 1 carbon crystal into 2, and you just keep doing that, and you just unlimited condensed carbon and carbon. And then you can also do it with sodium and sodium nitrate. You've got your cobalt, and iodine cobalt, or whatever it's called, and that'll make tetra cobalt. And then your last one here is chlorine lactase, and that makes chlorine and salt, and you use your salt for like making plant products. So all those are unlimited now if you can make the crystals up, and all you need is at least 50 of each one. So just say 50 carbon and 50 condensed carbon, and that'll get you the 1 crystal. So that's how you can get all those. And then you got your chromic metal, which you get from your copper. And so if we'll come over here, I've actually got a little farming machine happening with the iridium, but I'll move that away. Come down to my copper, and if I put copper in there, you see it's every one with a mix of both of these is times 4. So you start that up, but then you take the end product and you put in your next refiner to make this up, and you just keep recycling all those 3 together, and you'll get chromic metal. And you can do that with copper, iridium, emerald and cadmium. So that's your chromic metal, so that's infinity now. Now what you can't do is you come over to another refiner and you add 1 condensed carbon. Oh, actually I'll do it this way. And that'll give you dioxide. And now what dioxide is that's an element to making frost crystals, and that's a plant, and you'll need that for the farmer for growing stuff, and farmer gives you stuff. But what you do is you take any plant element, like I have here. I'll just get rid of those. And you put your little plant element, and as you can see, you get your ferrite dust, and that'll give you your pure ferrite and then your magnetized ferrite. But what you can also do, I'll just do a couple. If you add your ferrite dust to your dioxide, that'll give you phosphorus, and that's for another plant element. Phosphorus with ferrite gives you uranium. Uranium ferrite is pyrite. Pyrite plus ferrite dust is paraffin. Paraffin plus ferrite is ammonia, and then ammonia will give you dixite again. And all those all those are plant elements. So that's all your plant elements. The only downfall is every time you mix one up, you lose half. So I'll only get like 20 odd instead of 42. Then what you can also do, oh my bad, is you take your, oh it's not in there, silly, is you take your plant element and mix it with oxygen, and then you can actually produce your plant. So now you've got your plant element and your plant, and then you can start growing those. As long as you get the blueprint to start growing them, you can grow them. You just got to unlock your scientist with the structurals. So if we come up to this one, I can now, I don't have enough frost crystals, but you can see I can plant a frost crystal if I want to when I've unlocked it. But what I've done is like I've made every plant base I can make and stuck them in all these glass houses or biodomes. You can get little growing boxes, but you need carbon to like grow the plants in them. But with the biodomes, you don't actually need carbon to grow the plants, they just grow naturally. So it's better to grow in a biodome than a little garden box, but if you have to, grow in a garden box. Because if you take your plant, come down here to the plant, take out the oxygen, that'll give you carbon as well, so you can use that to recycle through your grow box. So that's so far all your condensed carbon, your sodium, your cobalt, your chlorine and salt are infinite. Your dixite, your phosphorus, uranium, your pyrite, your paraffin, and your ammonia are all infinite. Your chromic metals infinite, as long as you've got refiner and enough product to just start the ball rolling. And so then your copper, your copper, iridium, emerald, and cadmium, they're infinite. So you can, with your plants, you can grow celerium, gamma root, cactus flesh, star bulbs, fungal mold, and frost crystals, and virtually all of those are used for building products. Like, I'll come up to one of my domes. Each dome's for something, I've numbered it, as you can see, 3's liquid explosives, 2's circuit boards. So we come in number 2, and if I was to harvest all these plants I can make one circuit board per greenhouse. So that's 3 circuit boards for this. And if we'll come up the stairs to number 3. Oh, I'm a monkey walker by the way. Each one of these domes will give me liquid explosives. With your fungal mold, you break that down into ammonia, and if you got the blueprint, you can unlock atmosphere harvester, which is, I'll come down to one, which is this one here for the light on top, and this one gives me nitrogen. There's 3 sorts. One's radon, I think, and one's celerium, maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. And they're for later on making products. And then you've also got your oxygen harvester. You can't actually multi-produce oxygen. You've got to actually refine it in the harvester. So that's not actually infinite, but you can always set up a shop if you've got the blueprint to trade at a shop. You make your base by a trading post, I've done that before, and then you've always got a shop, you don't need to make one. And this lot in here just supplies. These are extra. So I can use the ammonia for these to make the atmosphere harvesters. This is also for boosting my shield. I use ammonia for this planet. So these thrive on this planet. I don't need a biodome, but I've got one anyway. Gamma weed, they give me uranium, and I can use my uranium to power my ships. As rocket fuel, and then I've got solar on, and that was to power up my gun, but so does carbon. Carbon will power up my gun, and I've got those just growing all the time. And if I was to harvest all that and sell it, on the other side, and make up the product that they make, I'll make about $5 million per harvest. Some plants take 16 hours to grow, so I do it like on a daily basis, once a day. And depending on your blueprints of what you've unlocked, you go to a manufacturing plant, and if you do it right, you can get blueprints to make stuff. And if you can make, I've got to think which one it was. I think it was dirty bronze. You might have to Google this. Maybe it's granite. But each one of those makes silver and gold. And if you mix silver and gold together in a refiner, you'll get platinum. If you refine platinum, you'll get nanos. Nano clusters, these things up here, for upgrading your suits and stuff. At the moment, I'm trying to teach myself. I'll see if I can find it. It's up. I've set up my farm to, here it is, to start making these portable, a fusion igniter, and they are worth $15 million. So with that nitrogen, if I was to mix that by itself, it'll give me celerium, I think it's called. Sorry, I'm not too sure, I haven't looked it up. for ages. I actually don't know how to do it. Oh, well, that's just bear with me, sorry. So yeah, if I mix nitrogen by itself, it gives me sulfurine, but it only gives me a 3-to-1 ratio, so I lose out. But if I add oxygen to the mix, it goes for 1-for-1, so I can mix my nitrogen with oxygen and have 250. And if I was to mix oxygen with sulfurine, that gives me radon. And so I've got all those 3 things there as well. Infinite, just mixing with oxygen. Well, as long as my atmosphere harvesters don't run out. And then when I'm bored, I can make antimatter, because that's infinite. And I just make heaps of boxes up. And that's another money supply. So if you come down here, oh actually, if you got a spare 20 minutes, you set up your refiners, if you don't want the copper, to do idiom. So I'll put that away. Let's see how much we've got on me. I don't think I've got any. No idiom. And you just make unlimited amounts of idiom, as much as you can hold. Hock that off, and depending on your space, I think every 500's 250,000. We'll have a look. But yeah, 20 minutes, and I was running around 5 refiners doing this, and like, yeah, I made 5 mil just like that. So we'll see how much is this. I think it gives me 2 extra because it's doing 4. So if we come here to sell it. Idiom, 120,000 per 250. So yeah, it doesn't take long to make a mill. But yeah, all you need to do is find a portal, and the way to do that is if you got a one of these, a booster, signal booster. I don't think I've got. No, I don't have a navigation data, but you get those from all those things over there, containers, and you add one of those, and you look for an ancient ruin, and you sacrifice a relic to find a portal, and it'll show you a portal, and that's how you find a portal. And if you want to come to this place, you just we'll come down here. Just pop in this address. So I'll keep this up for a bit. Yeah, and you come visit. I'm not sure if you'll actually find my base. I don't know if it works or not. That's what I've heard though. You just put in this address and you'll come to my base. If you do come to my base, leave a message. Say you popped in. It'll be great to see someone come by. I've had someone come to my other base, but I don't see him anymore. So that's a shame, but yeah, it's good to see people at my bases. This planet was found by someone else actually. I stole their planet, put up a base by a portal. But yeah, that's all I do is I'll set up a little factory like I've done, and set up glass houses, and like you can virtually farm every material that you can think of without having to leave your house. So if you're starting up and you come to a place that is just unbearable and you can't survive there, just make a little settlement up and start refining, and like yeah, you won't die. You don't have to go outside and die all the time to get material. You can stay inside and be protected. So yeah, this is like, in case of emergency, set up a little refinery farm. But yeah, I hope you had fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the post, and yeah, have a good time. See you later.